Hey everyone, Rob Loa here, and today I'm with a young champion in the building.
Hey guys, it's Casey here. So over the weekend I just got top 8 at the Las Vegas, Nevada Regionals. I was playing one of my favorite decks right now, Fire King Snake Eye, and I really want to show you guys this list. Before we get into that though, if you could please check out my sponsor, nextlevelanime.com. They have great apparel for a great price. If you use my code Casey, you can get 10% off your order. Thank you guys. I played Fire King Snake Eye again. I thought that there was going to be a lot of rogue, and I think that the Fire King cards just carry you through your rogue matchup so easy. Runic Stun becomes such an easy match when you have Fire King cards. Same thing with voiceless, and even Yugioh to an extent, so I just decided to play those. These parts I'll just go over real quick just because this is just kind of the standard. We've been doing this for months now. One thing for my Oregon list is I did trim down one of the Kirans. One of the reasons I trimmed down on the Kiran was just to stay at 42, and I added one extra card. And realistically, now that there's like 15 plus hand traps in the format, you're never really just dodging only one like it was back in March. So I didn't really feel like I needed to have 3 to try to dodge a hand trap when I'm just gonna get double hand trapped anyway. So it was less important for that reason, just because of consistency. Again, traps also stay the same except one mourner. The reason I added the mourner was for side patterns. It also, having 13 hand traps and 42 made it basically a 50% chance to draw 2. And then it's also my cross out target for when I know I'm for sure going first. The spells are just the same consistency spells. 3 bonfire, the 1-for-1. Your wanted, your original, your temple, and then you still play your sanctuary and island. And the still arguably best spell in my deck is 3 talents. It got less good in that it's not as good to take people's monsters anymore. In the mirror now that they're only just doing Dragon IP and Harbinger, it's really hard to resolve this card before you get 2 cards banished off of SP and Harbinger negated. So it lost value there, but still going first, having the ability to draw cards or rip their hand before you make your next play is insane. And then again, against like rogue decks, this just stomps on those decks. You take their one key card they need, you draw, you rip a card out of their hand, and they like really needed a specific hand to beat you. It was just insane. So I still wouldn't change anything from this in the main. You can side deck these out against certain matchups. The extra deck changed a little bit. We had to swap Anima for the Link Karibo. Do More Chimera, shout out to Chris, still the best extra deck card. You get to combo with it, and it also pumps your board, helps you OTK, as well as it's a floater, so you can do certain combos adding to Kiran. Wolf just adds back cards, it's really good in this version of it. Phoenix, the Hita, Dark, IP, SP, these are all pretty standard. Double Princess, I play 2 just because the cash variant's very popular right now, and so I don't want to just lose my 1 princess, as well as you can use 1 to do your combo and then use the second one to just OTK them. And I really like having that extra resource. I swapped the Grunix XYZ for Celine. Even though I'm not playing access code, Celine's still really good because it helps you climb into Oppo, as well as it also just allows you to link climb, and it forces them to interact with this card because they're scared of access code or scared of Oppo. Oppo, it's probably the best end board monster to make right now. Should be banned. Ambler Whale has a lot of really tricky applications that a lot of people didn't know this weekend. I was having boards where I'd have an IP and Ambler Whale out, and they would use a Lightning Storm or a Raigeki type card, and I would just let it die and the IP die and just use its effect, bring back IP, bring back my level 1s off of the Flamberg, and I basically just had the same board again. And a lot of people didn't know that I could just reborn IP off of it. And lastly, the Zelantis card. Lastly, the side deck. So this is gonna look kind of weird, but I actually side the Snake Eye Diabellstar. When I go second against the Fire Mirror, I actually side out the Fire King cards. One of the problems I was noticing is that once the pure variant got like sort of solved, it really just became a hand trap roulette slash how much non-engine each player draws. And so when you're playing Fire King cards, they are bricks. I'm not gonna pretend that they're not, but they're like really good bricks, but you just needed them to be like real cards every single game against the pure mirror. And so when I went second, I would side out the 7 Fire King cards and the 3 talents. And I would side in the Diabellstar, 2 more mourners. I would side in 3 crossouts. Going first, I always sided this, but then going second against mirror, you side this because you have all the same hand traps now. Only resolved this once, but Metal Tronus was absolutely insane. Just being able to target a end board piece that they have, summon your own, and then helps you climb and break their board. And then I would also side the 1 skill drain for cross out. Again, I would also side it first because the card's insane, but you would side it out for sighted in for cross out. That way you can cross out skill drain. You can cross out any hand trap now. You can even cross out middle drone. I do side the one droplet as a cross out target, but it's also good against Despia and voiceless. Just kind of puts like a little bit of respect there. And again, it's just a cross out target. One called by. So when I go first, pretty much against everything, I'm siding these 5 in no matter what. And then if I know they play droplets from game 1 or 2, then I'll put in the droplet. But that was basically all I was siding going first. Lastly, 3 Cosmic. I just wanted to respect Runic Stun. And there's random rogue matchups where it's really good. Round 1, we played against Tenpai. I lost a die roll, he made me go first. My Tenpai opponent and my voiceless both just didn't know how to play against the Fire King cards because it's just such an old build now compared to what everyone's playing in the meta. So I actually just kind of got semi-free wins just because they didn't know how to interact with the Fire King guards very well. Round 3 opponent was Yugioh Unchained. Very good deck. I'm actually very surprised and impressed with how good that fusion is. I was able to win because I was able to do a full combo each time I went first, but it was very scary for sure. Round 4 was Melodious. He bricked one of the games. I felt bad. Round 5 was a Snake Eye. That's where the 10 card side in came in. Basically, it was just playing pure versus pure, missing like a dragon. That was pretty much it when you're going second. Round 6, I beat Yubel. The extra hand traps helped against Yubel, as well as just having the Fire King cards to extend past whatever 1 or 2 interactions they have. Round 7, I beat Ritual Beast. I actually had no idea what that deck did. I honestly just high rolled 2 hand traps and hoped they worked, and I got lucky. And luckily Colossus doesn't hurt this deck that bad if you just have Snake Eye cards and Diabell Star, because you can still OTK them under Colossus. But I actually kind of just got lucky in that one. I actually didn't know what that deck did. Last round I lost to Cash Snake Eye. The game 1 was winnable. I messed up a little bit. And then game 3, I drew 2 Bonfires, a Snake Eye Ash, a Mourner, and Snake Eye Diabell Star, and then Dragon. So it was like 3 of the same card, 2 bricks. It happens. It's Yu-Gi-Oh! But I'm glad that was my only loss was the last round of the tournament, so I was able to make guarantee top. So
it's the easiest loss.
Yeah. That's one of those like, okay, no worries. We got the same prize anyways. It's whatever, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah, that was the deck. I felt confident. I really like Fire King. And I absolutely love playing it for like regional level events because it just is so good against Rogue. I mean, I only played 2 fire decks, and even Yubel as like the more meta deck now, it was still very good against because, again, my opponents don't know what the Fire King cards do very well, and they also extend past those 1 to 2 like interactions that they have if you hand trap them. So I just want to give a few shouts. Thank you to all my friends who were supporting me. I actually want to give a special shout out to Micah because I was trying to play pure for this event. Yeah! I was having a really rough time playing pure and a voiceless, so I said, screw it, I'm just gonna play Fire King. Shout out to the Gibsons. It was a great gender reveal. I'm glad I was able to be there, and I love you guys so much. And just all my friends in general out in NorCal. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you.